7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Welcome to Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, and I am not actually first before we introduce our special guest co-host, or our co-host, I should say. Super chats are open, so for $2 or more, you can ask, how was the weekend? That I did have a sighting of said, and I can tell you some things for $2 or more. Also, hey, producer from the future. Also, sorry, y'all. My mom decides to call me exactly when I want to go here. Thanks, Mom. Anyways, also NordVPN. If you want to watch anything WWE related, hit up NordVPN. Put the code WWT. You get 77% off, y'all. Now, the PR princess herself has also been on the streets, not the said streets, the MLW streets. Courtney Rice is in the building. Hey, Courtney, how are you doing?
I like that little segue you put in, but yes, always good to be at the historic 2300 arena in Philadelphia. If you've never been to that arena, please go. It is a historical landmark for wrestling fans. But I'm exhausted, but I'm here. But then it gives you a reminder on this is what I love to do, and I have a purpose of being here, especially with you all on a Monday.
Definitely on a Monday. Should we talk about your experience at MLW now, or do you want to save it till the end?
Yeah, we could talk about it now. We could talk about it now.
Tell us about MLW and why people should go.
So first off, shout out to Sean, Mike, everybody at MLW, because they did an incredible job. By the way, they were sold out for both nights in Philadelphia. On top of the show they had in New York the night before, which was absolutely crazy. Obviously, you had Killer Cross with Scarlett, Shotzi, and also there was an invasion of Stardom with the fact of the partnership that MLW and Stardom have, which is nice to see, and seeing two people from Stardom, Rena and I don't want to pronounce it, but I'm just going to say Saya because I don't want to butcher her last name. But them two have been making a purpose and also really spreading a seam. And it's nice to see the MLW women's division starting to build up just a little bit. Obviously, of course, Josh Bishop was there and challenging Karrion Kross for the MLW World Heavyweight title. And just seeing the opening promo right before the show started, it was nice because they went through everything in the past, from CM Punk to MJF making a surprise appearance to Dusty Rhodes being there. So it was just nice of that montage to go back in time and also give people a purpose why MLW was there, but also interacting with some of the stars that were there afterwards, which we will get into later in the show. But amazing. I'm very happy to do that. And also being sponsored by a tequila brand, that is an added bonus as well. So shout out to everybody at MLW. There will be content happening in the coming weeks. And I'm so excited to interview Shotzi. She is definitely amazing and she's putting in the work in, and I'm so proud of her. But I'm very happy to do wonders. And they will be back in Philadelphia in October.
Nice. Yeah, might as well go ahead and talk about Pound Town Wrestling. Pound Town Wrestling was amazing. So shout out to Ariane Andrew. She is the visionary behind it. I was lucky enough to go to the first one. This was their third one that they had. A lot of big faces. Alicia Fox, aka or Victoria Crawford, formerly known as Alicia Fox. She was there. A lot of great matches. It wasn't your typical wrestling event. Hey, Jessica. It wasn't your typical wrestling event. It was very much like Hollywood, lots of glitz and glam, all the things. So there are going to be some interviews. The interview that Sed did with Ariane is on our YouTube page right now, so you can check that out. So yeah, a lot of great things. Yeah, he got a couple exclusive interviews. So, yeah,
he did. Got to interview Taya Valkyrie. Got to interview many. Got to interview Kansas.
So a lot of great things. So like, look out for the pictures, content, all that good stuff. With that being said, but another great thing, we got to do MLW, PTW, and today is Bayley's birthday. So definitely big happy birthday to her. Do you have a specific Bayley memory, Courtney?
I would probably say NXT TakeOver Brooklyn when she faced off against Sasha Banks. That was the first time I ever had a glimpse of Bayley, on who she is, and all the little girls loved her, especially during NXT. And there's just something about Bayley that just makes you smile, because even though she calls herself a role model, she is outside the ring, especially being supportive of everybody in wrestling, not just WWE, everywhere in wrestling. And it really makes me happy to see, because I feel like she's been such a good supporter of the women's division and willing to put people over. I mean, she's a multi-time champion. She won the Women's Royal Rumble. I want to say she did win Money in the Bank, but I could be wrong. But she has definitely put an effort. And even with the recent women's seminar that she did this year, that's really awesome to do, to expand that to all the women in independent and have them have no charge. She was going to handle it, and also bring in WWE stars to take time out of their schedule, from Bianca Belair to Lyra Valkyria to John Cena to many others. And it's just so nice to see. And even we're a few months out of the seminar she did, a lot of people who attended it are still talking about it. They're still talking about how Bayley made an impact on their lives. And we're also seeing her, we're seeing her explode in AAA, because I know you and Christina have done watch alongs the last couple of weeks. So she is making her mark at AAA, and definitely want to wish a happy birthday to everyone's favorite role model.
Definitely, for sure. She has done amazing things, but the Thunderdome Bayley, I feel just, I don't know, it's just, I just get it. So that's definitely my favorite. I feel like the Thunderdome Bayley ushered in the Bayley that we have today, if that makes sense. I feel like the pandemic, and in particular WWE operating during the pandemic in the Thunderdome, you kind of saw there was a separation between the people who is like, I'm going to make this work, and regardless if there's nobody in the audience. And I think Bayley was definitely one of them. So, hey, Lynette, happy birthday, Kendall. Happy birthday to Kendall Ryan as well. So we have some breaking news in the X division. So Icon Amazing Red returns to TNA for Slammiversary, which is happening June 28th. Okay, I'm just looking at my calendar. Like, where are we? Okay, 2 Sundays.
Yep.
Which is happening June 28th. So tell us a little bit about more about this, Court.
My God, I can't believe it. Next weekend, Slammiversary. We're gonna have
and the end of June
weekend. We're gonna have a jam-packed weekend and everything else. But if you do not know who Amazing Red is, he is definitely a person that has made a mark in the TNA Impact Zone. I mean, people are familiar with AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels and Petey Williams, but he definitely made a mark in it as well. And if you have not seen any of his matches, go check out his matches that he did in TNA, because he has definitely put an impact in. And even though he has not wrestled in TNA for quite some time, he's making a mark with House of Glory. He's doing his thing. He's trained people such as Daniel Garcia, Private Party, many others, and so many people appreciate Amazing Red, which I am very, very happy to see. People are acknowledging him and really saying that he made an impact. It just makes me smile. So it's nice that he's coming back to his original place he called home, and also really putting a lot more advertising in Slammiversary, because I know the last couple of weeks TNA has had a little bit of mishap the last couple of weeks. But hopefully this should provide a high note, because they're going to have one of their originals come back home.
All right. Before we get more into it, the councilman is checking in from an undisclosed location or a disclosed location. I don't know. Welcome, councilman.
Greetings, all.
How was the weekend?
The weekend was a weekend. That's all I can say. It's definitely enjoying the clips I saw from Pound Town. Good old Pound.
Well, you know, Hollywood's in the building. I think this is going to be a great, amazing opportunity for TNA and Slammiversary. They always kind of bring it out for their pay-per-views, so we'll see how it goes. Any thoughts, Will, on Amazing Red returning to TNA?
I mean, y'all said he was a staple, so if he is, hey man, good to you. It's a great time to be here, especially when TNA is doing quite well. So why not come receive the same glory that's happening for everybody else? So, and like I said, Slammiversary is right around the corner. I mean, it's a guaranteed pop. So what more can you say about it?
For sure. All right. Perfect, Courtney. As reported, we have some AEW news for the last match.
Yeah, so actually, I'm very excited on this because this was first reported by Daily Mail that AEW announced a partnership with The Last Match, a pro wrestling rock experience, a groundbreaking new live entertainment event set to premiere in London's West End this fall. And this partnership marks the first time a major wrestling company has stepped into the world of original musical theater. AEW released official press release encountering this event. And as I mentioned, it's opening in the heart of London's West End and will transform an historic 52,000 square feet route into an immersive wrestling and rock and roll wonderland, creating one of the most unique live entertainment experience ever staged in the United Kingdom. And this broke out today, and really super excited because as a person that loves musical theater and also wrestling, I'm very excited these guys are going to cross paths. But the major press release was announced on social today, and there will be more to come in this story.
Are you excited about this, Councilman?
I need to know more before I hear my answer.
Courtney gave you a lot more. Courtney just gave you all the deets.
Not really. I don't know what this musical's about. I don't know what's happening in this musical. What I will say though is I definitely enjoy seeing AEW take swings like this though. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think you have like, not that you have a lot of major companies, but it's good to see like companies are like, like AEW are taking a big swing with like, hey, we're going to try something new. We're going to make sure we get our names out there, and we're going to keep expanding ourselves into different type of industries and different type of categories. So I like that. I think that's really cool to see.
And I will throw in there, because I'm looking through the press release, it does combine an original 1980s inspired rock score, powerful theatrical storytelling, larger than life characters that audiences will cheer for, and world-class professional wrestling into a one-of-a-kind entertainment experience that features unforgettable songs, emotional performances, romance, comedy, and spectacle, while telling the universal experience of retirement, legacy, love, family, and finding the courage to leave your life's work behind with your head held high.
Sounds like a coming of age type musical type situation.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
That can be dope.
Lynette has a question for you, Will, about Roxanne Perez.
You gonna read it or?
I don't know if you can see it. What's going on with your client Roxanne Perez that she hasn't had a match on Monday Night Raw since the Queen of the Ring tournament?
That was like last week. It's been a week.
Update on your client.
It's been a week.
But my client can have a day off.
Well, we'll get into the Raw preview because she is on the card tonight. Just not saying who, but I'm not going to say.
I'm ready when y'all are for this Raw preview.
Yeah, I mean, take it away.
Producer for the future. All right.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday, so you already know what's happening. Monday Night Raw is back to its original time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And first up that we have is, if you haven't witnessed a murder live, you haven't witnessed someone being unalive, it's very sad. It's very sad. But tonight is the official loss of the King of the Luchadors as we are progressing in the King of the Ring tournament, as Dominic Mysterio has the unfortunate pleasure of taking on the ruler, Oba Femi. Which one of these men are advancing to the finals? If a beast is not involved, we know who. But that's not all that we also have. The Tribal Chief is here on Monday Night Raw. The Tribal Chief will be in the building. We will find out what's happening with the Bloodline, what's happening with Jay advancing, and then we also have. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just.
That's okay.
Going in the order that they got on WWE. Then we have another match. The ladies, the Genius of the Sky is taking on Big Mommy Cool in the semifinals Queen of the Ring tournament. Who will be advancing to the finals? Will it be Io Sky? Will it be Raquel Rodriguez? Two incredible women in the ring. No doubt a phenomenal performance will be given by these two. We also will have Chad Gable wrestling Rusev. Very interesting to see Chad Gable back in the mid-card section after a phenomenal mask versus mask and taking on Rusev. Let's see what will happen to Chad Gable and his further escapades of his somewhat career. And then Charlotte Flair will be taking on my client. You see, you asked what was my client? My client is right here, back in the saddle, okay? Back in the ring, ready to take on the 14-time world champion Charlotte Flair, which is kind of interesting because Charlotte Flair got a match coming up against Liv. So maybe some shenanigans are here. Who knows? But we do know Charlotte and Liv will be meeting in the finals on SmackDown. So let's see what can happen here on Monday Night Raw. Now, if you want to be able to be a part of a community and join in the WWT watch along, it's not going to happen on Mondays because we don't have those. But you can wait. Who?
Tantalizing Tony.
I have no idea who that is. And I don't even know what you're saying.
We do have a watch along. It's going to be happening next week. Currently, Tantalizing Tony is in Boston, but our watch alongs are happening with him. He's done 3 of them for us already.
But we're not having one tonight, right?
No, he's currently in Boston.
So what are we doing, TK? Why are we messing up scripts? Why are we messing up
scripts? I'm just saying. You said we don't have one, but we have one. Continue.
We don't have one tonight.
You didn't say tonight. You said we didn't have one. But go on.
I started it off with that. If you are looking tonight, get with a computer. I said that at the beginning.
Okay. Just so people know.
Monday Night Raw is happening, man. We'll just tune in 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a great time. Canadians, baby.
Thank you. Thank you, Will. Let's talk a little bit about AJ Lee. Well, actually, before we get that, is there anything that you guys are looking forward to for Raw?
Seems like a pretty decent Raw tonight. At least we got some actual matches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, outside of the ladies, I'm very happy to see Chad Gable back in action. I think it's nice to see the Intercontinental title at least get a little bit of flux in it. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to see him versus Rusev and maybe make it more fun. But I'm excited to see the ladies. Very curious what Roman's going to say because I don't know if he has a match at Night of Champions. So we shall see.
Do you think that they have something planned for Chad at all? I mean, obviously he's having a match tonight, but after this, do you think that there's something in the works for him? I'm gonna gather that's a no.
That's
same.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to Oba as well. That should be funny. I hope they open the show with that. And Dom's gonna make it look crazy. What's going on with AJ Lee? She's confirming her participation in a WWE project. What's going on with that, Court?
So there's been a lot of buzz regarding Miss AJ Lee, but apparently she confirmed that she will be appearing in an upcoming season of WWE Unreal. which is supposed to be happening soon on Netflix. She made the comments in a conversation with Maurice Bernard on his State of Mind series. She goes on to say, I spent the last 8 months on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. I'm going to be doing WWE Unreal, the documentary series, also for Netflix. And as I mentioned, she did make a return, and she indicated that fans should not expect to see her on weekly editions of Raw for the time being, beyond the Unreal appearance. She said she is continuing to write and produce through her company, Scrappy Heart Productions, which is working on its first feature film along with a slate of projects. We already know WWE Unreal premiered in 2025, and so far it's 2 seasons, but we're just currently waiting on season 3, which is supposed to be happening soon.
I think it'll either happen before SummerSlam or after SummerSlam, most likely, if they're going around the same pattern of it. Unreal has been interesting. Are you expecting to see anything from AJ that you'd be surprised about, or do you think it's going to be pretty standard with where she's concerned?
It's going to be pretty much on her terms. I think pretty much on what she wants. I know when she talked about her contract, when she signed, she made it clear that she wanted to be very open regarding her mental health capacity. So hopefully we get to hear something from her words and her words only, and not being forced. But it's going to be very interesting to see, talking about her return and some of the matches that she had. And also interesting to see. I would not be shocked if they aired it after SummerSlam, because I think they did it after SummerSlam, because I remember Lyra Valkyria was in last season, and then she talked about her matches with Becky and during SummerSlam. So I'll be very interested to see what AJ has to say. And also, I wouldn't be shocked if she did drop little hints of any upcoming projects outside of the future film. I wouldn't be shocked if she dropped some nuggets there.
Yeah. The first one led up to Mania. This one, I think, led up to SummerSlam. So I wonder if they're taking different parts of the year, but we'll see. Is there anything that you want to see from AJ, Will?
Yeah, I want to see her in the ring. That's what I want to see. But apparently,
well, you will probably see her in Unreal in the ring, but not currently in the ring. Do you think we're going to see her again? That's the other question.
Man, I don't know at this point. They okayed her run, for just being honest, but it was just I could see if she didn't come back. I could see if she didn't.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things that, we've been asking for AJ to come back forever. She's come back, and you kind of did. She kind of, it's like, all right, I'm back, and now I'm gone. So, now we want her back again. I don't know. I don't know. I think if the story is really great, then we might see her back, but I don't know. Let's talk about. What are you going to say?
No, I was saying, I think that's really it. Like, unless it's like a good, like, it's needed, it's something that goes along with it. That's the only thing I could see her like coming back for. Yeah. Outside of that, I don't think it got the push that they thought it was going to get.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Let's talk about Titus O'Neil and UFC Freedom 250. What's going on with that, Courtney?
Dear God. So, I mean, if you did watch it yesterday, there was a UFC fight that happened in Washington. And of course, there was a little bit of backlash where one of the fighters said something about the former First Lady, Michelle Obama. And a lot of people were angry, but Titus O'Neil took to socials and sent a message. And it was an interesting quote that he had. He said, no matter how long it's been since Michelle and Barack Obama left the White House, it's clear as day that they did to keep their names relevant for those that have the behavior pattern of a 4 to 5 year old child. This is definitely not a political post. It's more about being a decent human being. And while I may not agree with everything that all politicians, including the Obamas, allowed, I can't deny the fact that they held the positions with grace and class and still remain the classy people that they show the world that they could be while in office and while they serve as civilians. I can't pin this type of behavior on one person, but what I can pin this type of behavior on is an entitled and privileged mindset that some people can say and do whatever they want to certain people and not have consequences, because in America, they never have consequences. Let's be better people. Let's be better human beings. You want to make the country great again? Start doing shit for this country that is actually great for everyone. That goes for what you do locally in your community, throughout your states, and throughout this country. This country definitely is a beautiful place when we allow it to be for everyone. Hatred, bigotry, and racism have never been things that unite us. Decency, love of fellow human beings, and God's life's choices should be the barometer to start. If you think about the history of this country that somehow, some way is trying to be erased in some areas and arenas, that think about the fact that we would not have had a civil rights movement or women's rights movement or lesbian, gay rights movement or any other movement if we truly were operating as one nation under God. God is love, no matter what your religious beliefs are. Whatever God you serve should lead you to be a better human being. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
I'm exhausted, y'all. I don't even
Woo!
wanna.
That's a lot to say. That was a lot.
Yeah.
Woo!
I think unfortunately the people who, well, maybe I was gonna say unfortunately the people who should be reading it probably didn't read it, but maybe they did. Maybe he has a across the board reach. I'm just exhausted. I don't know. I don't even.
I'm not even going to touch it because I said what I said earlier, and that's just it. And just be better human beings. Don't be idiots. Don't be a dickhead. Just treat people with respect.
Yeah.
WWE parts ways with Titus O'Neil. Coming soon.
I mean, I think if they do, that message that he put was very much as he could have went a totally different direction, siding where they would part. But I think that message is enough that they wouldn't, if that makes sense.
If we didn't have, I would believe that. Not saying that it is going to happen, not putting that in the air that it's going to happen. I don't think that they would, but do I feel like there's a percentage of that there? Yeah, just because of the simple fact of the emotional state that normally controls the decisions of the person that we have in office. And especially when it comes to people disagreeing with him or talking about him in a negative state, in a negative way that he sees fit. So just and especially, isn't he definitely not a fan of the Obamas?
What was that, Will? What did you say?
I was saying also
not a fan.
I was like, also he's not a fan of the Obamas either.
I don't even.
Who, the current president or Titus?
No, the current president.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. I just hope that it do like just be able to say that and keep going. But
well, yeah, I think there's a couple of things. One, it depends on whatever is in his contract. Because I'm pretty sure that most of the superstars, there's certain things that they can't say. Like, notice as soon as Ava left, she said what she said. So I think it just depends on what's in his contract in particular. But he didn't disparage. He kind of gave how he worded it was skirting along the lines that he really shouldn't get punished for it. But who knows these days?
It's that percentage. I was saying it's now because of the state that we're in right now. There is that percentage where you go, that could happen,
right? Because
you spoke up, because you were someone that's like, yo, no, he said all the right things and he didn't even say anything wrong. But a lot of these folks who have been taken away from their jobs or no longer can do what they're supposed to do just by saying the right stuff, we see as now a trend.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that is true.
It's I don't know, it's a crazy time. It's speaking your mind. Obviously, freedom of speech is always great. But then there comes a point where it's like, almost like what's the point? Meaning, like, I don't know. It seems like a different world right now. I don't even know how to.
It's wild. It's wild out here. It's wild out here.
It's very wild. It's very.
But I think, but I think too, it's also a reminder though that it helps you go like, okay, instead of me trying to focus on all the bad stuff, like let me focus on the good stuff. Like we have like a community in here that, a whole bunch of people, like you put everybody in here that type in these chats that are on these panels and you put them all in the room, man, you'd be surprised what everybody look like, what everybody's story is, and how much that brings us together just because of the love we have for one thing. And I think because we got that, that's another reason why a lot of the shit that he can keep throwing out, he can keep throwing it out, but it's like, yo, you're not going to be able to defeat the human condition. So
you can't. I could say this from my own personal experience of working with people, especially when snap cuts happen, trying to make sure to support people any way we can, not just tapping in my wrestling community, tapping into my pageant community, and just focusing, okay, what can I do to support in any way I can? So that's something. And I even tell this to PR students as well, because they're kind of a little bit shaken up with media literacy and everything else. I'm like, focus, not just stay in your lane, but focus on credibility, focus on fact checking on everything, and just being in support of community.
For sure. Another community to support is the Women's Wrestling Archive.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might say he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.
Gosh, this story is insane. So Liv Morgan's accused stalker found not guilty by reason of insanity. So give us the breakdown of this, Courtney.
Yeah, so this actually was reported today. If you guys recall, because I think we talked about this last year, where there was a federal, last year, where there was a federal case involving somebody stalking Liv Morgan, that her stalker was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Pretty much post-wrestling obtained the court filing. The person that stalked her has been detained for just over a year, waived his right to a jury trial, and allowed to decide the case in a session that lasted over 30 minutes. Pretty much the verdict followed findings from 2 separate psychologists who each determined that Chang was unable to appreciate the wrongfulness of his actions, mental illness. During evaluation in jail last year, Chan was diagnosed with initials and he had not received mental health treatment in the past. Solutions doc was Morgan, who claimed long-running belief that he was connected to professional wrestling figures and was owned recognition for storylines, ideas he thought he was created. Pretty much the case dates back to last year, May 31st. Pretty much, you guys don't recall. The footage actually showed him picking up a rifle that had been left on the porch and trying to knock on Liv Morgan's front door while she wasn't home. And he also turned up at the WWE Performance Center where Morgan was on hand for her NXT taping. And the minute she recognized him, he was arrested and taken to a detention center. But yeah, this is something that's been an ongoing theme. And I know I did not put the story up here, but Rhea Ripley said this in a live stream with her husband, Buddy Matthews, that actually somebody obtained her phone number out of the blue and literally texted her. Didn't give out the phone number, just got her phone number.
Well, I mean, that's pretty, unfortunately, that's pretty easy to get nowadays in this era. When I think of being found not guilty of by reason of insanity, I think of those like Law and Order TV shows where they have like the lawyer in the background. Like, I don't know, he might be insane, but it's also, I don't know, where's the justice for Liv? You know, like kind of, because now you kind of embedded that fear that, you know, if you've been followed, if you've been stalked, it's not something like, oh, well, you know, he's insane, so don't worry about it. So I don't know, like I'm kind of wondering, you know, where her mental state is at when you're hearing this, because now it's like, what prevents somebody else from trying to do that too? So it's not a good situation.
No, it's not. Especially if you're trying to gaslight mental health. Because I can say this personally, my own ex-boyfriend has mental health, but thankfully he's taking care of it. But it's just when you listen to some of these reports and it's like you're kind of gaslighting in a way with mental health. And I was like, well, that's also where it gets a little bit messy. And also with the fact too, I feel like we've heard this story many times, not just with Liv, not with just Rhea, also with Stephanie Vaquer. I keep thinking of Rebecca Schaefer when it happened way back in the 80s, when Rebecca Schaefer got completely murdered by somebody that found her address, found her phone number, and it's just really hard to. And also another thing, Sonya Deville. It made me think of Sonya Deville when she had to go through a couple of years ago, and that was very, very, very hard to watch.
Yeah. It's not a good thing, but I mean, hopefully it's the last that you'll have to deal with. Let's talk about congratulations. Did you watch any basketball? Well, you're kind of closer to the East Coast, so congratulations to the Knicks. And Danhausen has invitation. So tell us a little bit about this, Court.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're a basketball fan and you know the East Coast, you kind of know where it is. It's a party in New York. Congratulations to the New York Knicks on winning the NBA championships. It's been a long time coming, but Danhausen, yes, a long time, but Danhausen is one of the true stars because he's been to the games. Apparently, he lifted the curse from the Knicks, and now he's getting all invited, and we could possibly see him at the parade on Thursday. It's supposed to be Mandani, who is the mayor of New York, made the announcement that there is going to be a parade for the New York Knicks on Thursday, and hopefully we get to see Danhausen make an appearance. I think that would be fun to see and hopefully good for WWE socials. But congratulations to the New York Knicks.
That would be excellent did they actually make Danhausen even bigger? I think they did. You're right, Bosa. Bosa's saying, did they accidentally make Danhausen even a bigger star than he already is? Once he appears on TV, for those people who are not wrestling fans or wrestling fans adjacent, people are going to be wondering because could you imagine if you didn't know who he is and you just see him pop up on your screen? And
that is going to happen. That's exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Yes.
So good for him. Good for him for sure.
Who's going to be the next sports team he gets to uncurse? That's the question.
Any thoughts, Will?
I mean, congrats, New York. They've been needed one. You know what I mean? I'm not a big sports person, but congratulations to them, and fuck all of you bandwagon dick riders that ain't never been to New York, ain't never talked about New York, ain't never brought up the Knicks. All of y'all putting stories on, yay, Knicks. No. No. If you representing somewhere in there, no. Stick with where you was at. Y'all was never rooting for that team like that. Now you want to be a part of the celebration. No. Now, if you celebrating like how some of them players is like, I forget the dude's name, but he's like the first Filipino dude, I think, on the Knicks that won like a championship. Like, if you riding for them and you posting congratulations, that's cool. If you doing stuff like that, that's dope. But if you've been sitting here, especially like talking shit about the Knicks, and now you posted on there, oh yeah, they what? No, get out of here. Get out of here. I hate that bandwagon.
And also with the fact too, if you can't even name 3 players from the Knicks, not the current team, any era from the Knicks, just 3 players from the Knicks.
Stop. Just stop. I saw that Taylor Swift shit. I was like, nah, I ain't never seen Taylor Swift at no Madison Square Garden rooting no Nick since she didn't
no Nick.
No,
she ain't fucking supported a Knickerbocker since she been famous. Now all of a sudden she with Olivia Benson solving clues to the mystery of the championship. Fuck out of here, bro. No.
Congratulations to Spike Lee, because Spike Lee's been a trooper.
Oh,
he's been a trooper after all these years. He's been a trooper.
That's who you give
he
that to.
Crying. Oh my gosh.
Even Olivia Benson, like the Marishkikoff lady,
yes.
Been there for years riding for the Knicks. I'm like, yes, this is her time. Taylor Swift, if you don't get your sports hopping ass out of here, go back to your 49ers with your is that the team you on? What team?
The Chiefs.
It's a red team.
Chiefs.
Yeah. Go back to the Sacramento Chiefs. Yeah. They over there, right?
Kansas City.
Kansas City got a team?
Yeah, Kansas City Chiefs.
Why?
I don't know.
You know what? Y'all get what I'm saying, man. Y'all get it. Y'all.
Oh goodness. Said, which we probably won't be on. I don't know. If we're gonna be on in the next 20 minutes, he has some words about the Jade stuff. Are we referring to Jade and her wig? Is this what we're
yeah. Oh god, that malfunction stuff happens.
Why is that such a big deal? Yeah, like why are people making that such a big deal?
It happens.
I think because Jade is essentially like everything is in place. Like everything about her is in like her body type is just like everything about her is in place. That I think for that to happen, it's more of the shock. And then apparently in a previous interview or interviews before that, she said if it ever did, she would walk out of the ring, and she didn't. You know, she's.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she probably did.
She was on the ground technically, so you know.
So saying that people making fun of her in the aftermath of the race.
Oh, I mean, okay. Oh.
I don't agree with it, but if we literally just talked about, or Titus literally just talked about what happened on the White House lawn with Michelle Obama. So this is just where we are right now. Do I agree with it? No. Am I surprised? No.
It doesn't shock me. It really doesn't, because I think
it doesn't shock me at all. I can only imagine the things that people say about her.
Because not Jade, but I remember a couple of months ago, Mercedes had a match, and she almost lost her wig. She almost did. I don't think, but she got back up.
Was in her wig for a couple of years.
I know, like she got back up and just did like second nature. I was like, okay, she just got back up and still wrestled.
Yeah. If you listen to the interview that Said did with Ariane, and I believe he also asked Victoria Crawford that question too, as far as Black women in the wrestling space. I mean, I don't know. Said might have another take. Maybe Said you can record a video and post it if you don't get here before you. But Said might have another take, but I think I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised
either. My thing is with this is just like I'm just trying to find like the logic in what is with y'all knocking down Black women? Like what is with y'all putting on the microscope?
That's the era we're in right now.
Huh?
That's the era we're in right now.
I mean, but it seems like it really just feel like it's getting worse now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember like what they used to do with Bianca Belair and stuff, but now it's just like looking at like Jade and stuff. Like, again, like I have my opinions on Jade, and it's really just the whole like wrestling thing. I just think she needed more time to get her wrestling prowess down. But it's like, yo, for y'all to keep sitting here critically analyzing all of these people, it just be like, y'all just be like, it just, I'd be looking at some of these comments and they go look at their profiles, and I'm like, yo, half of y'all can't even bench press half the shit these women bench pressing. And you got the nerve to comment on their body? Like, really? You got the word to comment on her wearing a wig when you ain't got no hair? Or your hair is ready to definitely go on vacation? Like, I just really just be like, I was like, when did we get master's degree in audacity? Because motherfucking show is utilizing it. Like, it's in a never-ending run.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all trying to trip. You know, I get if it's a joke, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the joke of the weekend. That was the meme of the weekend. Cool. But to sit here and try to like talk down on this lady, belittle this lady because her wig came off? Grow up.
I mean, I could say it too, because you know what it is? They just don't like seeing successful Black women take it to the next level, because they know exactly that we could do 10 times more better as mediocre, pinheaded, closed-minded people who just don't have a clue on what they want to do. Because you said the same comments with Jade. You said the same comments about Mercedes. And don't think I follow y'all on AEW, because some of y'all, because as much times as I take jokingly jabs, some of y'all be messy, because I follow some of y'all on socials. And also with the fact too, body shaming women. I mean, come on now. I know we're the era we in, but some of y'all just need
men that never touched a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it really is. It really, and that's really what it be. It'd be like, yo, you mad. And you know what's funny about it is? I'm gonna say this, and I'm sorry if this is gonna offend anybody.
Same, Jeffrey. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, yeah.
Man, these cats be really getting upset about these women because they feel like, oh man, I'm never gonna get them, so I'm gonna talk down on them. And the funny thing really be about it, I'd be like, yo, if y'all seen some of these women wrestlers' boyfriends, you'd be like, yo, I got a shot. Oh, I definitely got a shot. I've seen a few of them, and I'm like, oh, that's her dude? Oh, I got a shot. You better not mess up, bro. You better not mess this up. I'm jumping over it. But most of the time, it really be that. But y'all sit here, and because you so down on yourself, you so negative on yourself, you don't even fucking dream anymore. Like, you don't hope no more. Like, that's the shit I be seeing in these comments. When I see people talk like that about somebody they don't know, I'm like, yo, you really lost your hope in life. You don't even dream big. You'd rather knock down a dreamer who decided to work hard and get where they need to go and belittle them because a wig came off? First of all, can you even put a wig on? Let's start there. You know how to properly put a wig on to where it don't look like a wig. And I don't never see y'all trashing none of the other wrestlers when they track extensions fall out.
Well then, shout out to Jade for just being Jade and amazing.
You don't want to mess with her husband either. That's all I have to say.
You don't want to mess with her. She don't for like not disrespect to Jade's husband, but
Jade also got hands.
People are forgetting that Jade is Jamaican, and if you all haven't interacted with a Jamaican woman, then don't
run. Just run.
I be saying, I was like, yo, y'all lucky. All Jade say is your mama to you when y'all talking to her. Like, that's all I'm saying. Y'all lucky. That's the only thing come out of her mouth, because that can get ugly real fast.
Well, last story, ending on a good note, because I feel like we got a little,
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Because again, I think the thing is, if you don't talk about it, it can't get aired out.
Mm-hmm.
No, I get that. I think personally, beyond wrestling and with wrestling, it's exhausting. It is very much exhausting. Seeing all that stuff, and it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, man, from like Liv Morgan to, yes, it's Jade and her wig and it's very small, but it's like people blowing it out of proportion, like all these things. And then down to UFC, it's all these things when you layer them, and then you see all the social media, and then and then you're like,
mm-hmm.
it just gets to be exhausting. So it's great when we see happiness ensue between Will Ospreay and Alex Windsor. So tell us about that.
My gal Windsor is finally off the market. But going back a little bit, even though people said, oh, they were engaged last year, this kind of goes way, way back, because I think she mentioned this a few times where she was with somebody before she met Will, but he was battling mental health issues. Fortunately, he didn't win the battle. And the guy that she was with, he was friends with Will Ospreay. So fortunately, in a sad story, it just shifted into triumphant of love and a second chance at romance. And also with the fact, too, I do love these kind of stories because Will has mentioned Alex many, many times. And even her name was brought up many times before she was officially signed into AEW, like from Swerve to MJF to God knows who else. But I'm happy to see them finally get married, finally tie the knot. And now Alex Windsor, because I call her Worldwide Windsor, she's now Mrs. Bruv. So congratulations to them, and send them over wedded bliss.
Definitely congratulations. I thought they were married already. Congratulations to them for sure. Do you see AEW utilizing like the marriage angle with some of their wrestlers?
I want to say no, because I think, well, actually they did before with Ty and Sammy Guevara, because I know they've been open about it on screen. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't shock me if they did it again, because I know they didn't do it with Renee and John because of their on-screen characters separately. And also, I'm pretty sure and even with Alicia and MJF, Alicia's just playing along with MJF's kayfabe character. So it's not like they bring it in real life, but wouldn't shock me a bit. At the same time, I just don't want people to think like, oh, she got there for Will Ospreay. No, she didn't. Go check out some of her matches before she got signed with AEW, because she put the work in. And also she tore her ACL, by the way, too. So that was also a heck of a journey. And she's also a mom, by the way, too. Doing all this while being a mom.
I mean, also, too, so if she did get in there just because of Ospreay, so this is one of these businesses, like, I don't think none of that matters. Like, you saw Ted DiBiase getting here because of his father. Look how that turned out. Like, yo, if that helped her get in there, cool. But guess what? It's going to be that capability that she's been having for years and for shows and matches she's been putting on that's going to keep her there.
Very much so. Well, congratulations to them. And I miss a good wrestling wedding.
Didn't they just have
a wrestling wedding where chaos ensued? When's the last wrestling wedding? Who?
I don't know, but I really feel like somebody had one recently, right? Like a wedding storyline.
Let us know. I feel like we're I'm supposed to say we haven't had one in ages.
Okay, then maybe that was like an independent thing I just saw on socials. That was it. It may not
I missed a good wrestling wedding. Bring that back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that being said didn't make it. He's still in the
It ain't been 20 minutes. It has not been 20 minutes.
I said if we got to the 20 minutes, he's more than welcome to come on, but we're done. unless there's something else you want. What else you want to talk about until Ced finally makes it to whatever destination he's at? See? Exactly. With that being said,
Oh, well, no. Because I don't know if I did ask you. Who? Yeah. Because y'all didn't really get y'all prediction. Who wins and goes to the finals in the men's and the queen and the women's King of the Ring?
Let's see.
You got Charlotte versus Liv and Io versus Raquel.
Trying to think as far as storyline, which would be.
That's what makes this so interesting.
I feel like if they don't have something solid, they're gonna kick it to Charlotte. Charlotte's like that person that, like, hey, we don't got nothing, but Charlotte can make, you know, well, I don't know what the phrase is, chicken shit.
She can make it happen. Like it's a guaranteed ticket no matter what.
Yeah. So, and that's even regardless if you like it or hate it, because there have been times where they tossed the Rock to Charlotte and people hated it, but she still made it work. So yeah, I feel like that will be the case. Now they do have a storyline. Like, I would love them to utilize Roxanne, but I don't know if they got. I don't know if they get Roxanne.
She's not in the tournament.
No, not Roxanne. Excuse me, Raquel.
Raquel.
Yeah. I don't know if they get Raquel. I don't feel like they've been utilizing her properly. But it'd be great if they did. Your thoughts, Will?
It's for the women, it's a lot of choices because it's like all of these kind of have that same stint. Like, if you make Io win, do you get Riho for SummerSlam? Like you said, if you give it to Charlotte, we already know like that's a guaranteed like good match. But it's like, is that the one we're looking for? So for me, I want it to be Raquel just because I want it to be a fresher face. I feel like that's what the King and Queen of the Ring tournament is already about. And I think the people that are there already have enough clout to be able to go like, yo, if I wanted a title match, I could get a title match. It's not like Io couldn't get one if she didn't want one.
Right.
Like, I think her, Charlotte, and of course Liv, who's an actual champion, are able to be thwarted that. But like Raquel isn't yet. So I think it's like that's the one for me, women wise.
Right. It's not a problem. The only thing is, do they have something, if somebody new were to be crowned, what they can do with it? And then also, like, I'm thinking of like Xavier or even Zelina, like when people have been crowned and they had all these ideas and they weren't even actually able to like do anything with them. Meaning that the WWE wasn't allowing them to do anything with them. So it's one of those things that, yeah, you can do that. And then what? Like, it still doesn't, push whatever the narrative that the wrestler, what's good for the wrestler forward.
I think if you don't get Stephanie to come back right now, I don't think if she's still not ready to return just yet. I'm curious if they do finally pull the Raquel winning and Liv winning and both of them being in the finals of each other. Because the more I think about it, if Raquel wins and she goes to SmackDown to face Rhea, Raquel don't make sense on SmackDown. Raquel got a lot of storyline on Raw right now. It would be weird for her to leave at this time. If she wins the title, and you still want to put Stephanie in the picture, you still got that because them two used to battle each other out.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I keep looking at it, I feel like women-wise, I think TK got a point. I feel like they gonna go the safe route and they gonna give it to Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's great seeing all these women. It just sometimes it's one of those things that it's like you see all these people, but they're not developing their stories outside of, you know, like Raquel. Like Raquel had really great momentum when she came before she got injured or before she got sick, I should say, and then she came back and then she's part of the Judgment Day and she's like, okay, this is cool, but like then what? And then they make her.
She was getting though, but she was getting the momentum. Like Raquel had, I think, like 3 world title shots against Stephanie on Raw, and it was just like okay. And then it was like even the Royal Rumble, she was killing it in there. She was becoming like a favorite for us. And then Liv eliminated her, and I'm like,
right.
Okay.
She also did well in the Elimination Chamber, and people booed that she got eliminated.
Yeah. So it's like, it's there. We're telling y'all it's there. It's just, why is it not being followed?
Well, because they don't like listening to us. They know better. So they make content.
Yes, yeah, that part right there.
And you know, maybe again, I always preface it like maybe they do because they've been doing it longer and they do it week in, week out. But you know,
I mean, they do some of the things, but it's others where it's just like LA Knight. Like y'all,
I don't want to talk about LA Knight.
Y'all have completely fumbled my boy LA Knight, man. And they know it.
Yeah. Anyone want to play his music? Where's his music?
Why you gotta say it like that? Like anybody got his track?
Where's his track?
His name and he appears. I believe it.
Said.
Leave it to. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Leave it to the mayor to have to do everything himself. Got to introduce myself. Got to do all my own raps. Just the same stuff, rinse and repeat. This is why you guys haven't seen the mayor in this program. On top of the man taking away Monday Night Mayor from me.
Here we go. I gave you a whole compliment yesterday in the group chat, and you just about started crying, and now you're coming back with this.
It was tongue in cheek. I question the sincerity of it all.
Wow.
But here I am, still nonetheless, the mayor, in the most important week of this calendar year.
Why is that? I'll be there.
This is the week that the mayor was birthed.
Yeah.
You are welcome, TK. You are welcome.
Tell your mom thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I appreciate the enthusiasm, TK. I will be charging you 100 butters for that. But that's not why I'm here. We had a good time in Pound Town over the weekend. It's a great show. And,
we had a good time in Pound Town. Is this what you just said?
Yeah. That's exactly what I said. That's what it's called, right?
Okay, go on.
It was a great show. There was a lot of things going on, a lot of gyrations and colors and stuff like that. It was fun. It was fun. Had a good time. TK had a good time too. I can confirm.
TK over there having good times.
It's a beautiful sight.
I think you joined. When did you join? Said I know it was right after Mania, wasn't it?
That's another thing we got to talk about, Courtney, Councilman. The mayor also had his 3-year anniversary. Wasn't acknowledged.
3 years.
No, not a blip on the radar. Just we just glossed all over that. It is what.
Wow, you had amazing opportunities for interviews at Pound Town. You did a great job. I gave you a shout out. I'm going to say it here so everybody did an amazing job at Pound Town. He had a great set of interviews. He got a lot of B-roll. He showed up. He wore a nice little like tight, white situation button down. The ladies were loving it. The men were loving it too. He was looking the part. The waves were popping. Good job, Sid.
Where's my gavel? Councilman, you got a gavel on you? Where the hell my gavel? Thank you.
Oh, boy.
Why were my Pound Town demands not met?
Because
we did not have the float. We didn't have the sash. I didn't have my seat. I had to stand at the venue.
Damn.
Because you were eating tacos at the start of the matches.
Met.
Oh, boy.
Right, Courtney. Oh boy, right.
Ariane,
anything else you'd like to say? You said you had an opinion on Jade.
Man. So I've been watching. One, I didn't get a chance to see SmackDown, but I saw the aftermath of a lot of stuff. I saw the spot happen, and like, it's just nasty what I see circulating on social media. This has happened to almost every woman, Black women, Asian women, white women. People have extensions in their hair. If you guys think that that's their real hair, I don't know what to tell you, but all the women have some type of enhancement of hair to make them look like their character. But what I'm seeing in the aftermath of Jade is like, I'm seeing memes where they're posting her bald and like they calling her R-Truth and things like that. It's just disgusting. It's like a way to try to make a joke of something, but it's really gilded in racism, and that's what we're not going to go for. It's a lot of teenage frat boys. We know what ethnicity you probably are. We know you don't get hoes. You like just you want to be a racist, be a racist. Like, stop trying to make it seem like it's funny, because it's not. It wasn't that deep. It was a moment that happened, and it really wasn't funny. Like, there's a thing in wrestling where we see certain audiences of people try to get their shit off against minorities, like, and call it comedy, and it's not that. Like, this is one of those times where, like, yeah, we laughed it off, but it's not for you to laugh at. Like, it's not for you to like carry this, and it's been carried for days, the whole weekend. It's like, we gotta call that out. I'm happy for content creators who have called out these accounts that are trying to make light of it just to get engagement and all this other bullshit. But like, stomp those people out on the internet, because it's disgusting. And I'm tired of seeing it. Like, we shouldn't see it anymore past Friday. But the fact that it's Monday and we're still seeing memes circulating, people trying to get their shit off, nah. Full stop.
Yep. I didn't see none of that with Lyra in the Royal Rumble when her whole top malfunctioned and came off. Y'all didn't drag her. Y'all didn't have nothing bad to say about her.
Yeah, I didn't see like Dana Brooke get extensions ripped out. I've seen it happen with like Maurice before, and it's like, we didn't key over that. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's a part of the program. It happens. Yeah, we know why.
Again, I know we know why, but it's like having platforms like this. I know, even though it get exhausting, the same can be said to the person that had to sit in the whites only fucking restaurant and be like, yo, this is exhausting trying to get these people to not mess with me so I could just have a slice of pie. Like, right now, until we make this community the community we need it to be, we got to address it. Yeah. And yeah, it's going to be exhausting, but we got to keep talking about it, because people are weird. I'm like, yo, and if you know you do, and if you the one doing it, yeah, you a weirdo. You a real weirdo. And you need to stop it.
And if you ain't talking about it, then what are we doing?
Yeah, because you won't say it to their face. That'd be the funny thing. It'd be real funny.
You wouldn't even say it to an audience of other wrestling fans. It's like you're hiding behind a profile that's usually not their actual persona and trying to get this stuff off. It's gross. It's cowardly.
And we find you now. So I shout out to some of the creators like that boy Joseph and some other folks, and I've been starting to do it too. Like, yo, calling these people out, like, go and put up their comment, like, okay, you wanted to smoke, and then go and find your URL and finding your real name, your real government, your LinkedIn page, and you be like, I wonder if BP Oil knows you on the internet saying this racist ass shit. I wonder if your supervisor, Daryl Lewis, knows you talking like this on the internet. Because until we able to do that shit, it ain't going to stop. And we got to keep doing it. The same thing with the Liv Morgan stuff. Like, yo, like, now we know who this dude is. Hey, don't let this dude nowhere near nothing wrestling. We'll stomp the crazy out of you if that's the case. We can definitely do that.
The spotlight on it all.
Yeah. You're like, good. Hey, me? I'm glad you got away. Try it again. See what happens. We got you now. We on alert now. That's the one thing we can say came out of it. We know what kind of dude you is now. So when we see you at cons, when we see you at shows, we know your face now. And we not like UFC folks. We not like boxing folks, bro. We protect the people that we enjoy celebrating in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
We'll stomp you out in the men's bathroom and go watch this next match with no kind of hesitation. But we ain't say who gonna win King of the Ring. Who winning King of the Ring?
Oh, I didn't get a chance to answer that. I heard y'all answering that.
Oh boy, King.
I'm gonna say Jay. I feel like they're pigeonholing Jay, and I'm actually gonna pick Raquel, because I think they really hold SmackDown with the whole like no SmackDown superstars in the men's side or even advancing. So I got Jay, and probably Jay versus Oba in the finals. And then I think Raquel, because it doesn't make sense. Like Liv can try to get all the gold, but I think she's going to get jealous because Raquel advances. And Raquel versus Rhea makes a lot more sense for SummerSlam to me.
But do Raquel hit a Batista on us and then go for Liv?
No, I think Judgment Day is still tight in that regard. It's. I don't trust them to break it up, but I feel like it's going to be Roxy that cast that stone, not Raquel.
Yeah, because I did.
Going to break up soon?
Nah, but I did say like what I think gonna happen is if Raquel wins and Raquel beats Rhea, and both Liv and Raquel are champs, and Roxy win Money in the Bank, and they all still in the group, and she's just walking around with that briefcase like, hey, who you cashing in on?
I would love that.
It's a good thing, but the only seat.
Yeah, you're gonna cash in on TNA champion, right?
Oh my
right?
god. Oh my god.
Hey, that'd be some wild shit if they did that though.
It would be tough.
Because it's like what you do then.
But again, you cash in on Liv and then kick Liv out. And because I'm a stick. I love a good faction. I feel like we've had different iterations of Judgment Day. So at the end of the day, like still keep Judgment Day around.
There's nothing intimidating about this version of Judgment Day.
Agreed, but I still like a good faction.
Yeah,
like they need more. They need like another guy to be muscle. Like Finn was like the smarts of the group, the guy that you can believe can be world champion. They're lacking something, and I don't know who's backstage that you can just add to be like, all right, this is our male like heavy hitter that comes and cleans up the scraps. Like somebody got to be that. I don't know who it is.
I don't think you had nobody. I think for me, like Judgment Day has naturally ran its course. I don't think there's no new iteration of it. It's like this one is the one that now starts to come to an end. But now how it's going to come to an end, that's the $1 million question.
Right.
Yeah. And if I'm being honest with y'all, because Money in the Bank isn't until like what, October now?
Yeah. That's what makes me think if Raquel wins, there's no reason why Raquel wouldn't go for Liv. Quite frankly, for the simple fact, I don't see like how TK said. I don't think TKO trusts putting the WWE women's title on her first. I think they'd be more comfortable putting the women's world championship on Raquel.
Yeah.
Because right now Rhea is still money. So it's just like, okay, is it gonna be that or what else? Because even too, like you let Raquel win and go after Liv, hey, give me another. Hey, I know it's redundant, but give me another triple threat. Charlotte Jade versus Rhea for the title. Nasty work. And I know
Money in the Bank. I feel like if we don't give that to Chad Gable, we have missed the plot completely, and we're a long way from that. But it got to be Chad. It got to be. That he'll get a Ziggler pop if he win Money in the Bank and finally cash in.
You think so?
100%.
Oh yeah, if Otis could get it, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But you
got to
think
for a Chad Gable cash in when we've all felt like he can be the guy for a long time. Like he's probably the best pure wrestler in the company, but he's not able to showcase it now. With the big Grande match, it's like, oh, we can get back to Chad Gable being Chad Gable from like 2 summers ago. We was putting on those bangers with Gunther, but they never gave him the IC belt. We gave that crown to Sammy, and nothing came of that.
But that's what it's gonna be. Bro. Like they don't see Chad as no world champ, so that's why they got him in this whole IC circle. Like, and that's the eventual thing that comes around with. Oh, okay, he's done this. He's made this happen. Let's finally put the IC title on it, and we'll let Penta drop it because Penta's already had a pretty decent run already. Like he's defeated the title multiple times, having it to where them two have like this big bout between each other, and it's like he get the respect for it as IC champ. That's what, because again, like there ain't no money in Chad as world champ, but there's a
hope though, because that angle run is right there.
But you need to
push the Pro America stuff. It's like right there.
But that's why I would say if you do that as IC champ. And the reason why I say to do that right now, because look at what's happening with the United States Championship and what Trick and Mello and Ricky Saints turning into. That'd be like the most exciting stuff on SmackDown right now, outside of like when the So you start doing that with the IC title, and you got your Rusevs, you got your Ethans, you got your Pentas, maybe even throw in a Ray Phoenix and bring him over to Raw. Like that shows what Chad can do as a champion, and then starts putting stock in with like, hey man, maybe we can see him win Money in the Bank, or we can see him winning King of the Ring next year or something like that. But the IC title right now is the safest just because you got folks like a Oba, folks like a Roman Reigns, folks like a Jacob Fatu, folks like a Jey Uso circling the world heavyweight title. Chad is like, you know what Chad is? Chad is just like LA Knight and Sami Zayn. And I'm explaining it in the way that make it make sense. All of them dudes, y'all be like, yo, if you give me 10 people, we should be focused on becoming world champ. In the world champ division, LA Knight and Sami Zayn are number 5 and number 6. And it's like, okay, after we get through with 4 through 1, that's when it's going to be their time. The only problem with that is all the people that start cutting in front of them. Well, wait a minute. Roman said he coming back. We got to stretch out another 6 months. So y'all going to have to drop right here. Be like, oh, okay, we ending on Roman's thing. Let's see how we start pushing with us. Oh, man, wait a minute. CM Punk coming back, and we got to put the world title on him, and they just keep dropping and staying in the 5 and 6 slot. It's the same thing for Chad Gable.
If it don't happen within the next calendar year, definitely when they get back from Saudi Mania, I can see Gable having like a Daniel Bryan type ascension. Like if he does the workhorse stuff and like really stays afloat with this redemption arc, because that apology to Otis, Maxine, and Tozawa is going to come real soon, and it's going to keep carrying him on that trajectory. They just got to, trust the TK writers and all that, but you got to build off that.
Right.
You better not fucking apologize to them, Chad. You better not apologize to them.
He's going to apologize. Ray just told him he got to apologize.
For what? For what? Because they losers? How you going to apologize for trying to make somebody great? Ain't that some shit?
Here's the thing with Chad, though.
Come on.
Here's the thing with Chad. The story or the angle you're going with, said, is very much wrestling for people who watch wrestling all the time.
Oh, so you're looking for the entertainment factor?
The entertainment factor and can he sell factor compared to somebody like an LA Knight. If you're Chad in LA Knight,
that big Grande rub, be like, "Hey man, yo soy te quiero."
Yeah, but that big Grande, but you gotta remember, Mayor, that big Grande rub had a personality to it.
Yes.
So that's what got it over. Then you put in the prowess to it. Chad don't have that no more. Chad is just
so TK's talking about merch, and here's why I'll say the merch line is there. Once he start bringing out them Ready, Willing, and Gable towels again, just like the Cena towels, those are gonna sell. Guaranteed.
But you got But you got to prove that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't disagree with you, but you still have to prove that. And the better way in proving that is to be able to do it in the mid-card division. Like, let it build up, because if you try to do that and put it with the world strap and it don't work, Chad will never get another chance to run with it.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
And then thinking about brand awareness and promotions, because it's like, what fits Chad? It's like, I don't want to put him into something that's like out of the box for him, like God forbid. Or they could do the similar route when Dom was IC champion, because like Dom was with the San Diego Padres. He could be with his hometown team or something that at least can be relatable to Chad.
Where's Chad?
This is why I think after the mass versus mass match, Chad should have stayed in AAA, and there should have been some other storyline and then come up. I don't feel like I feel like he had
He's from Minnesota.
That's what I'm saying. Something's about to pop off by SummerSlam. Like,
yeah, but I don't know if people are gonna buy into it. I don't think
it's literally the Kurt Angle rub. It
literally is. If it's not versus Penta for the IC title, it's not gonna work. It's not.
And I agree. It should start there. But you don't need like a long run with the title. It's like it'll be his first singles title. He should be in the Money in the Bank. And if he doesn't win it, he should definitely get close. Like, I get the LA Knight stuff, but to me, LA Knight is always going to be the bridesmaid. It's just, I just don't see it. If they're not going to do it now, and I like that he's doing like the chosen, or like, sorry, whatever he's calling, like never chosen, but I'm over type thing. I just don't think whoever's in the back is just not going to put him over. Like you said, that 1 through 4, 1 through 5 thing. Like, I just don't see us getting to LA Knight. I just don't see it. So you think
Chad's going to get put in front of LA Knight?
Yeah, because just from a performing standpoint, I feel like he's a better performer. He's had the better story. And now this redemption arc is more popular than what LA Knight is doing.
But does it sell tickets? Like, what are the ratings when Chad is out? You know what I'm saying? So it's like think about where we are now in 2026. The most likely people that'll become world champ is Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Oba, Femi. Is Chad really at a point right now after that Bass versus Mash where he's in a conversation where you go, who's your top 3? Oba, Jay, Roman. Now hear me out. Chad Gable. No.
Here's the thing. I also think we're far away from an Oba championship too.
You think
I think
so?
we're far away from it.
No.
And I think that says more about TKO as a brand.
Exactly.
Than anything the writers.
TKO
I think we're far away from it.
If TKO wasn't in the picture, I would agree with you. But TKO's in the picture, and Oba. If you're seeing ESPN,
it's like we like to be cute and do like the Oba cam and stuff like that, but that doesn't scream to me, hey, this is our future world champion.
Mayor, I'm gonna say it to you just like this, because I done heard it a couple of times. So I'm repeating it from what Honey said it, from when my boy James said it, and I'm gonna say it on here. Don't be shocked if they make Oba run 2 nights. Night 1, him versus Brock. Night 2, him versus Roman at SummerSlam. That's how much they can. That's how much they putting on this dude right now.
Because Roman's part time. So we don't know when he's gonna leave again.
No, he is. It is. Because he's leaving in August to do his world promotion tour for Street Fighter. Him and Cody.
Roman's part time. I mean, it's him and Brock again. We already know Brock is pretty much on the way out the door. Out of everybody, he's the next. We're seeing people do the Oba dance on ESPN. Again, when you look at where they're positioning people, you're seeing Trick do media tours. When you look at people position people, I'm not seeing Chad in the picture. That's why I feel like Chad should have stayed at AAA, develop some more stories, get another audience backing him, and now you're crossing back over. Like, I think when Omos comes back to the main roster or comes back to Raw and SmackDown, it's going to be a totally different beast. He's building right now in AAA. So
say Omasa's getting reps, which he needs.
Right.
But Chad already been stamped. He just needed character, and I feel like that's what he has now. They kind of botched the American made thing, but like now he has a character.
What's his
that people
character?
can get behind.
What is his character? Yeah. What's his character?
He's gonna be known. He's okay. The way I can explain it, like it's literally not without trying to use Kurt Angle's name so much. Best wrestler in the company. Like it's literally a redemption arc.
I hear that. So is that redemption arc bigger than Dominic Mysterio right now? And
Dom
Triple H champion?
Dom been on ice.
And that story is getting more than what Chad gets. Liv don't even wrestle and get more screen time than that. Then you have Dick. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. And you have to think Kurt Angle has the Olympic. Like this.
Chad Gable was an Olympian.
Yeah, but they're not leading to that anymore.
But the thing is though, they're
starting to in the commentary, Graves, Cole, they're starting to lean more into those dynamics of Chad Gable. We just gotta like listen to how they're talking about him. And when he goes on screen, you hear the crowd chanting. It might be a slow burn. I'm not saying it has to happen instantly, but I'm saying the iron's hot and they should keep riding with it and see where it goes.
But that's and I agree with you. I agree with you. But that's why I say do it with the IC title.
No, I agree with that.
Keep going.
I agree with that. If it happens at SummerSlam in his backyard, that's good because it's the workhorse title. You'll start seeing him defend it on programming a lot more, and that'll make a lot of fans believe, not so much believe, but remember who Chad Gable is. Because when Chad Gable was doing those matches with Gunther, everybody thought he would dethrone Gunther. He lost 4 times in IC title matches, but you believe that he could beat him.
Yeah. But again, too, you have to get that back. And unfortunately, with what he worked on for the last 2 years, you no longer have. It's like you being Superman and then us thinking, man, that Clark Kent is gonna be a world saver. No. It was Superman that we all looked at, not Clark Kent. And that's what Chad, and unfortunately for Chad, with all the wrestling powers he got, the personality that got him over, which was El Grande, you don't have anymore. So it's literally you got here and it brought you back here. Now it's just what did you learn from that and take away from that could get you back up here as Chad Gable and keep you up there. So that's what's the most important thing that we have to start seeing. Which again, start tonight. Like we already see it. It's like if you look at the IC division, the 3 people in line, well, the 4 is Dragon Lee, Rusev, Ethan Page, and now Chad Gable. So we got 4 over here that's trying to battle to get into that IC title picture. Show out on like Monday, man. I hope like this Monday, I hope him and Rusev have what Sheamus call a banger. Show them why
Rusev gonna hit like crack. Watch.
Yeah. So then when you do that, and then you go up, let's say against a Dragon Lee, show us what you learned from the Luchadors. Then go up against Ethan Page. That's the personality concept of him wrestling. If you can make it to where those are 4-star matches on all 3, then you get to Penta, and you got enough time to do that for SummerSlam. But it got to be that. It's not World Heavyweight Championship ready, unfortunately. They trying to do the same thing with Sammy and Cody, and it's not working. Because why is Sammy a referee in a title match?
Yeah, that's boring.
Well,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know we got to get out of here and get ready for Monday Night Raw. So I'm not gonna keep.
All right. Will, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at Will Farrow, PHARAOH. Make sure you tune in to Kayfabe this Thursday because we got a special guest, man, that's infiltrating our episode. I'll leave it at that.
All right, Councilman, where can everybody? I'm sorry, Mayor, where can everybody find you?
On the week of your birth, too. On the week of your birth.
Well, I don't want to be found, I'll be here when I be here, but I did want to highlight Jeffrey's comment. He said, were you paid for those things? And I would say in thoughts and prayers. not human monies per se, but TK
What thing?
did give me a rush card that I'm going to use this evening to buy some groceries. So I'm thankful for the rush card. I didn't know they still worked, but she slid me one of those after Pound Town on Saturday, and I'm thankful because groceries are high right now. So that's what I was paid for all my work this past month for 3 years of service and all that. But don't find me on the socials. If you know them, you know them. I will not tell them to you now. Just go look at them interviews and stuff that TK got in the archives and stuff like that, and you'll see me online.
You just had an interview drop today.
Yeah, go. Y'all announced it. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
Courtney, where can everybody find you?
They can always find me Chair Freaks periodically at WWT Live as much as I can. Wednesdays, AEW Dynamite. Watch along with me because we have Owen Hart Cup action this week. We're on the road to Forbidden Door. Lots of stuff happening. So you get to hang with me for 2 hours. And it's funny because Sed's birthday's this week and my birthday's next week. So it's kind of like interesting with June. It's a good month for June birthdays. I noticed a lot of people have birthdays in June, but you can hang out with me. There will be a watch on for Forbidden Door. So you get to hang with me for that. There will be a watch on for that. You can also find me on my socials at CourtneyNJ11 on Twitter and Instagram because I still have content from MLW over the weekend. We'll be talking about Deanna and Steve Macklin's Battle for the Brave event. It was a really great event, and shout out to them too and the publicist Joanna on putting on a good event that's going to a good cause. Also, there will be some interviews that I will be dropping soon. Make sure to check out my interview with Bronwyn Billington, the daughter of the Dynamite Kid. Also, I will be dropping my interview with Shotzi that I did at MLW over the weekend, so that's going to be really fun. Also, make sure to follow ISPW Wrestling because there's a lot of wrestling happening in the state of New Jersey. Their big show happening in July, and the Headbangers will be there. I want to say they're wrestling their final match, but a lot of things can change. But there is a lot of content happening, and I've just been working sporadically behind the scenes. So a lot of stuff happening.
Yes, definitely. Great job to Courtney and Sed this weekend for all the efforts that they put in. Make sure to check it all out on Women's Wrestling Talk. Check out the website, www.talkpod.com. A lot of interviews, a lot of articles, have been dropping as well. You can follow me everywhere at TK Trinidad. Make sure you follow Women's Wrestling Talk on all social media platforms at www.talkpod. And thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.